I wanted to spend a couple of moments talking about the war in Afghanistan and the challenge we face in both Afghanistan and Pakistan. Very briefly, this is the grave question of war as it relates to Afghanistan. We've already lost in Pennsylvania, in terms of our fighting men and women killed in action, almost 40, and we're at the point of a little less than 180 wounded from Pennsylvania. Across the country, we're just below 900 killed in action. So this is a very important question, not only for the President as he makes his decision, but also for the Congress. And we need to debate it, we need to talk about it, and we need to discuss it. One of the ways that I've tried to learn as much as I can and to discuss it and debate it is to be on the ground in both places. 2 days in August in Afghanistan and 1 day in Pakistan, as well as to talk to our National Security Advisor, General Jim Jones, speak to the Vice President and others in the State Department and the administration. And it's abundantly clear to me that when you talk about this issue and analyze it, you have to at least examine three major areas: the security challenge, the development challenge, and the governance challenge. And we've heard a lot recently about troop levels in the security question. That will continue, but there's a lot more to security than just the troop question, but that's obviously a part of it. Secondly, with regard to governance, we know that President Karzai is now officially re-elected. We may not like that. I've been very critical of his leadership, but we have to figure out a way to work with him and to urge him to take on the challenges of delivering services to his people, the challenge of making sure that he has a functioning judiciary in addition to a stronger democracy. And thirdly, we have to challenge President Karzai on anti-corruption efforts, which I would argue have been very weak on his part. But we have the leader in place that's been elected. We have to figure out a way to urge him to do the right thing and to work with him. So all of these challenges, whether it's troop levels, whether it's the governance and how that country is being governed, whether it's that question, or whether it's the issue of development, to be able to give the Afghans opportunities to not just govern themselves, but to be able to put in place a quality of life. How are they going to grow crops that aren't about poppies and the drug trade, but crops that will feed their people and have economic development and progress on the ground so they can have a successful, functioning democracy. So we've got a ways to go, but I think it's vitally important that we don't just have a military debate here, that we have a debate about what's happening in that country, what they can do to take on the challenge of building up their army and their police force to take on the enemy, in this case the Taliban and other extremist elements that are coming into that country, as well as threatening the stability of Pakistan at the same time. So we have a lot to talk about, a lot to debate, but I think it's my obligation to do everything I can to make an informed decision about this in the weeks and months ahead, even as we know the President is making his own determination. And I look forward to hearing from you and getting your comments as we make this important decision. Not just one decision or one vote, but really getting the policy right and making sure that we can get it right for our troops and their families, and for our national security, and for the security of that region of the world. Thanks very much.